All right, we'll go ahead and start. Sorry about I think it's a blower. I have the landscapers here right now, so hopefully they'll be done shortly. Oh, maybe now? Oh, it's the weed eater. I see them outside the window. Okay, sorry, distractions, right? Something that I wanted to bring up for today's practice is a quote. I use this for my classes on Sunday, but I don't think I brought it up in the recorded class that I sent out. But there is a quote, it's by a woman, I can't remember what her name is, but she said, the purest portal to inner peace is nature. And Krishnamurti, who is a mystic, said that if we lose touch with nature, we can lose touch with humanity. So I want you to just kind of be contemplative about those quotes, and maybe, stay contemplative on whether or not you've created some space and time out in nature, because that may be something medicinal that you need to bring into your life. Whether you escape to the beach or escape to the trails or to the trees, wherever you want to sit in nature, just to kind of rejuvenate yourself a little bit. I have a practice coming out tomorrow with the Blissful Flow that's going to be based on Ashtanga, which is going to be really fun. We'll be building up for an arm balance in that practice. So hopefully you guys can catch that. But we'll go ahead and start our flow practice. This is the one based on Ashtanga Vinyasa. So even though it's similar in the beginning, I typically kind of change it up somewhere in the mix, and we'll get started. So if you want to find a comfortable seat, and we'll begin just lengthening up through the vertebrae, draping the arms to the lap, closing the lids of the eyes. And just taking a moment to check in with ourselves. Checking in with the physical body. Noticing where you may feel some disgruntlement in the body. And if you're not experiencing that in the seat, you may already know the areas that tend to be problematic as of late. So send some extra love to these areas while you're sitting and while you're practicing, so that you're not apt to aggravate it anymore. Now start to notice the state of your energy. Whether it's abundant, the norm, low, or the possibility of even feeling drained. Maybe consider how this practice can help to heighten our energy and balance ourselves energetically. And you can begin to do that even through the simplicity of working with your breath. Notice the state of your mind. I've been noticing since this past new moon that occurred last week, my mind is really, really full and restless and on overdrive. You may or may not be experiencing that, but this energy is leading us up to eclipse season. And eclipse seasons tend to shine light on things that have been hidden or obscured, or they have the ability to turn things over and to create change. Notice if that's already happening in your world. Maybe it's the onset. You might be lucky and you may just coast through it. But these are things to be aware of because we are affected by the energy that surrounds us. What surrounds us flows through us. What's inside of us also equally affects the outside. Now, let's begin focusing on breathing in that outer air into our lungs, fully and completely. And as you exhale, send it right back out. Breathing in and out through the nose. As you concentrate more on the breath, develop a smooth rhythmic pace. And then once we cut to stand, set your intention to recreate this rhythmic pace. And that will help us to flow and move from pose to pose. Now begin to open up the eyes. Let's go ahead and come up to stand. When you come up to stand, let's come to the top of the mat. Ground your feet, and we're going to bring our hands to prayer position at the heart. Close the eyes and begin developing the Ujjayi Pranayama. Constricting the backside of the throat, allowing the breath to be audible to hear. Then follow this cadence as we inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Out to Adho Mukha Svanasana. And in this pose, we hold and breathe. The first downward facing dog is a good time to pedal the feet or to walk it out, especially if you've been sitting a lot this morning. On your next inhale, let's bring the feet to the top of the mat, however you'd like to arrive. And then exhale, melt the heart in. Inhale, stand all the way up. Arms frame the face. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to prayer position. Continue. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close it in. Inhale, create some space between the two halves. And exhale in Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, rock and roll back to downward facing dog. See if you can really charge through the arms. And then inhale, bring the feet up to the top of the mat, elongate the spine. And exhale, drape back down. Inhale to the top. Exhale, recenter. Continuing with A. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, shine your heart through. Exhale, continue to shine your heart even though you're dropping low towards the ground. Inhale, open up the heart more. Exhale, roll it back over the toes. Find your breath. Activate your pranayama. Try to keep that smooth, rhythmic breath as consistent as possible. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in. Inhaling up. Exhale, hands to heart. Continue. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. In and up. Out to downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Try to wash any worry away from your mind. Ask your body to wash out any toxins and tension away from your body. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold into self. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands recenter at the heart. We're going to do one more A. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Hold and breathe. Inhaling, coming through and halfway up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Samastitihi. We're switching it up to B. Inhale, take chair. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, sprout up. Exhale to Chaturanga. Into up dog. Out to down dog. Inhale, right foot steps through, back heel sinks down, rising to warrior one. Now, typically in Ashtanga, they just go right back into it. But I like holding this a moment, at least for an extra breath. And then we'll continue. Left foot folds or steps through, back heel sinks down, coming back to warrior one. Now we'll release. Take that last vinyasa. Inhale into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. These B's are hard for me today, and that's just the first one. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. In and halfway up. Out and drop it low. In, come to the stilts of the arms. And exhale, rock and roll back. Inhale, right foot forward to warrior one. Planting and solidifying the back foot, driving the left hip forward. And then release the hands. Step it back, crank it down, lift it up, and now take it back. Left foot in the lead, warrior one. Stick that back foot, roll the right thigh and hip forward. Chin parallel to the earth, and release. Third vinyasa in this mix. Into Ardha Uttanasana. Out, Uttanasana. Into Utkatasana. Out to Samasthiti. I think we're going to do 4 instead of 5. Inhale, chair. Exhale, to forward. In and halfway up. Out to Chaturanga. In to up dog. Out to down dog. In to warrior one, right foot steps through. Roll the pinkies in. Exhale, land the hands down. Take the next vinyasa. Left foot next. We're still working on foundation, but then you're rolling the pinkies in. Taking the third vinyasa. Pausing in the third down dog. Becoming recaptivated by your breath. Notice how the rhythm might have changed through the physical activity and exertion. So make it smooth and rhythmic again. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Into Utkatasana. Out, Samasthiti. All right, we're stopping with 4. That means 1 more. Inhale to chair. Exhale, bow over. Inhale, lift your head and heart. Exhale, Chaturanga. In, stretch the front of the body. Out, stretch the back of the body. Inhale, right foot, warrior one. Keep that front knee aligned over the ankle. Lift up through your side lats. Place your palms together, gaze up. We're going to do the exalted warrior in this flow. And then hands come back to the floor. Step it back. Continue on your merry way. And then left foot for Virabhadrasana 1. But we're going to move into exalted. Do regular first. Mind your alignment. Lift through the side lats, palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, hands release. Last vinyasa for now. Pausing here, refreshing the face, bringing the blood flow towards the brain. So inversions are good when the mind is clouded over, when we're locked in a state of confusion. At times where we may feel fatigued mentally. And they can even work well for certain migraine headaches. Inhale to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And then exhale, hands to heart, keeping your knees bent. I know we don't always do this pose, or we never really do this pose in the Ashtanga format, but we do Vinyasa. And this is a blended practice. So shift your weight to your right foot. Stack your left ankle over the left knee and sit down just a little bit more. Gaze forward, balance and breathe. Now release the left foot. Make sure you're shifting thigh bones back instead of being way forward. You don't want the knees to pass the toes. Hands to the heart, shift your weight to your left foot. Right ankle stacks, dip a little lower. And release the foot. You can straighten the legs. Hands to the hips, hop the feet apart. Shoulders roll back. Exhale, hinge. And you're gonna lace the first two fingers around each big toe. Go ahead and slide down through your waistline. Pick up through your knees. And then try to drive the chest towards them without pulling. We're not using the arms to pull. Let go of any work in your neck. Neck works hard enough to keep the head held up most of the day. Inhale, now lift. And exhale, flip your palms open, stack them under the feet, and sink your chin toward your chest. So in this variation, your head is not just, or your neck rather, is not just relaxed. You're actually trying to bring a little traction to the neck by slightly tucking your chin, almost as if you're trying to gaze up towards your navel. Now release your hands. Take them to your waistline and slowly come up. All right, this is where we're gonna step off to the side. Separate the legs wide open. Lift and float your arms up shoulder height. Turn your right foot. Push back into your hips. Take it into triangle pose. Notice if that top arm is shifting forward. We're actually trying to really roll it open. Inhale, pull up through that arm. Exhale, turn that foot in, rotate the other, launch over it, and then cascade the left hand to the left shin and reach the right arm skyward. Again, rolling open through that top shoulder. Inhale, pull it up. All right, exhale, turn that foot in. We're gonna rotate the right foot again, but we really need to step the left foot over, turn it in so we can square the hips. And reach out with your left arm. Drop the hand to a block, to your leg, to the ground. And right arm reaches up, revolving triangle. Inhale to stand. Exhale to pivot the feet the other direction. Square the hips. Right arm reaches forward and down. Left arm spirals up and away. Inhale, drive it up. And since we're just doing an hour, we're not going to step forward and step back. So keep your feet square a moment, hands to the hips. Rotate your right foot again, lunge that knee, stack onto it. And then this time we're going to thread the arm behind the back. Extra little shoulder opening. Notice if you're lifting through the hips, you're actually dropping or sinking through the hips. Feel free to gaze over that back shoulder. Now we're going to go ahead and twist from here. So as you release that arm, spin to the ball of the back foot. Cross that elbow to the other side of the knee. Fly the navel up over your thigh. And then we're going to add in a hip opener today. So bring the hands down to the inside of the foot. Heel toe that foot over a little bit. You can be on fist here, or you can drop to a block or to forearms. Step back to the hands. Heel toe that foot back towards, closer to the center of the mat. Plant your back foot, float your hands, safely come up. Turn the feet square, line them up. Because we were kind of heel toeing back and forth. Once they're lined up, rotate your left foot, lunge the knee, Prop onto your thigh, sink the hips, and then the other arm will cross back behind you. And your neck can stay in line with your spine. You can just keep your neck neutral. Or you can turn it up over the back shoulder. Release the back arm. And you're going to take that elbow to the opposite side. Revolving side angle. Exhale, unwind. Heel toe that foot over. Stacking to fist, blocks, or to forearms. Lengthen your thighs away from each other. Inhale, restack. Heel toe that foot in. Plant your back foot, safely come up. Turn the feet to be equal with each other. Hands to the hips. Shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Release your hands down and walk or slide them through that space between the legs. Open your mouth wide. Stretch your jaw, your face. Like you're popping your ears. And then return the lips to just ever so slightly touch. Bring the arms forward. Rise up halfway. Hands to prayer. Come on up. When you come up, we're going to take reverse prayer hands. So the arms will circle back behind you. Wiggle them upstream. Display the elbows. Turn your right foot. Offset your left. Strike a little back bend. Exhale, bow over the front leg. Inhale, come up. Exhale, turn the body. Reset the feet. Reset your hips. Open up the heart. And now bow forward. Inhale, come up. Release your hands, step it to the front. Ready to balance. We're going to stack and stand on the left leg. Bend the right knee, open from the hip. And we're going to try, to bring it up higher. to tree, Vrikshasana. It doesn't have to be all the way to the thigh, it could be to the calf. And today we're going to take the arms wide if you have the space. If you don't have the space, they can go straight up. Now we're going to do a different balancing pose today. We're going to bend at the standing leg, hook the other one around. And then right arm under your left. Gavradasana. You can take another variation. I'm keeping it simple by keeping both feet touching down. You can advance it if you'd like. All right, from Gavradasana, we're bringing the right knee up. And we're going to hinge over and fold. And then hands to hips. We'll re-erect the vertebrae. And then we'll extend that leg out. Taking it to the other side. Spread the bottom of the right foot. Open from the left hip. Figure out, maybe today you need the foot to the floor. Maybe it's better for the calf. Perhaps you can bring it to the inner thigh. We'll take the arms wide today. We'll cross the leg over, bend the standing leg, so both knees are bent, both knees pointed forward, and now left arm loops under the right. Gavradasana. Line the arms, straighten the standing leg, catch the left knee, and then fold. Hands to hips, erect the spine, Padangusthasana D. And release. Back into a flow. Hands to prayer. Circle the arms up. Exhale, swan back down. In and halfway up. Out, Chaturanga Dandasana. Into upward facing dog. Out, we're going to take child's. Nestle in. Rest on your brow. Slow down your breath. And notice if the balancing poses had an effect on your heart. Slide your hands back, gently rise up. And we're going to shift the legs out in front. Paschimottanasana. Feel free to sit on the edge of a blanket if you feel like you're rounding your back or can't quite move anywhere but from the waist, because we want to hinge still from that hip crease. Lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up. Slide your right foot to the left inner thigh. Arms radiate back overhead. And then exhale, pour down to Janu Shirshasana. Now this is Janu Shirshasana A. In Ashtanga, they have A, B, and C. So today we're not just going to do A, we're going to actually go into B as well. So inhale, when you start to come up, we're actually going to shift forward so that we're sitting on the right heel. And the right heel is pushing in towards the right, growing on the right side of the pubic bone. And then we fold back in. If that is too much flexion or uncomfortable to the right knee, because we are adding in more for that knee, you can come back to regular Janu Shirshasana. All right, inhale, come up. We'll shift back away from the foot so that we can now pick up the foot and take it towards a half lotus. From the half lotus, the right arm is going to circle back behind. And usually I can find the foot and I just don't even feel like it today. Lift the left arm. Exhale, fold down. I'm a big believer in honoring that. It's like, who cares if you did it last week? Who cares if you did it yesterday? Who cares if you did it a year ago? What's happening today? And I think that's a special gift that we've gained from the pandemic, because I just noticed since I've gotten back from Costa Rica, you know, things are getting busier, more people are getting out, you know, the mask mandates are gone, at least for the most part. And, you know, I made a lot of plans last week. I went to 3 yoga classes for myself. And a couple of those I met up with friends just to, you know, have a little visit with them as well. And Sunday rolls around, I had to teach that morning. And then there was a bridal lunching at lunch. And then I was gonna meet another friend at another yoga class that afternoon. And after I got home from teaching, I was tired and I had the kids this weekend and I thought, I don't want to do the rest of what I had planned or said yes to. And I just contacted them and I was honest. I was like, you know, it looked great on paper, but I'm not feeling it and I just need to stay home. So gift yourself with that. Inhale, come up. Exhale, remove the back arm. You can kind of circle that shoulder a little bit. And then we're going to plant that right foot. Take a hold of the knee, take a twist to your right. Exhale, unwind, straighten out the right leg. We'll continue that sequence. Left foot coming in for regular Janu Shirshasana A. Arms float up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the hands can walk back. Lift the crown. We'll take that. Actually, we're going into B today. So we're shifting forward and we're sitting on the left heel. And then we'll fold over the right leg. Again, if it's a lot for the knee, because I'm feeling it, it's definitely more flexion. So if you need to exit, do so cautiously. You definitely don't want to jump out of these yoga poses. When you're ready, come up and then scoot back. And then scoop up underneath that heel, take it to half lotus. Left arm behind you. Don't worry if you find the foot or not. Right arm on the rise. And then you can fold. Inhale, come up. Release the back arm. Stamp the left foot down. Hug it in. Left arm swishes behind the back. Release. Bend both knees. Lift your toes up. Lift your heels now away from the ground. Release your arms. Navasana. Bring the feet together. Fold over, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, return to the seat and close the thighs. Feet lift, arms release. Take the feet wide, slide your hands through, and take Kurmasana, tortoise. Inhale, draw up, legs together. Take a hold of the back of the legs, lift the feet, and then push up and out through your heels. Come more towards a straight leg Navasana. You don't have to release your hands if you don't want. I don't feel like doing it myself. And then land your heels, lift the torso, fold back, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, lift the head and heart. Release the hands, flip your palms open, scoop the belly in and roll it back. One vertebra at a time. Inhale, lift your right leg skyward. Hook a hold of the back of your thigh, calf, or take the big toe. Activate the left leg. We're going to go from A to C. So the C variation, scoop in the belly, lift the head up. Exhale, release the head down as well as the right foot. Inhale, left leg sails up. Padangusthasana A. Turn on the right leg. Engaging it, grounding it. Padangusthasana C. And release. Once you release, bend both knees. Now I have the tendency to walk the feet way in too far. So try to keep the heels under the knees, even if you have to kind of look around. And then place your arms beside you, tuck and lift up. Now you can be low, medium, high. I used to be really extreme with this pose, and this year I have to keep it low. So again, that's just honoring the season we're in, what we're experiencing in the now moment. It's okay if it's not the same from where you were a week ago or a year ago, because we're not the same person that we were a week ago or a year ago. We're constantly changing and evolving. And evolving in your practice doesn't mean you're getting more advanced. Evolving in your practice means you're becoming the master of yourself. And the master of yourself is practicing love and compassion and deep respect. It's about controlling the breath, mastering the mind, mastering our words and actions and behaviors. Make sure those glutes are really engaged. Building up a strong buttocks here. As we exhale, we're gonna not all the way release, because I want you to take your hands up under your legs. So instead of doing the shoulder stand series, we're going from bridge to fish. So point your toes with the elbows, lift up and open your throat wide. One more breath, make it count. Release the head and then your hands. Slide your left foot back. Cross your right leg on top. All right. And then roll to the knife edge of your left foot so the knees roll over to the left side of the body. Your right arm can reach out shoulder height. And your hand is welcome to urge the knees to go lower. Urging is different than forcing. Now release the hand, roll back to the left foot. And then now roll to the inside of that foot. The knees stay crossed, but now they're rocking over to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Inhale, cross the left leg over the right, and then roll to the knife edge of the right foot. Your left foot can work as a kickstand so that you don't go too low, but if it feels available, take your right hand to lower the knees. Inhale, knees turn up. Exhale, roll them to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, uncross, knees tuck in, arms lovingly wrap around, Apanasana. Oh man, that felt so good. I dropped into Shavasana, still holding my knees. Let's form Shavasana. So feel free to just sprawl out into the corpse position. Of course, if you want to add any padding or support, an eye bag to the brow, a blanket to cover you up, whatever you need to get settled and still. Hopefully the practice has already helped to quiet the mind. If the mind is still noisy, use your breath, calm and slow it down. Notice if the breath is almost motionless. And then develop a stronger breath. And with that stronger breath, let it help you to energize and motivate some movement in your hands and feet. Eventually bending your knees, turning to one side of your body, and coming up to take a seat. Sitting tall. Checking back in. Hopefully feeling a positive difference. Bringing your hands now to Anjali Mudra. Om, Om, Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.